We want you to know that by preparing your grid, by going as general as you need to go to feel good, that you will raise the frequency of where you stand higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until it will mesh with the frequency of what's in your vortex, what's already been assembled, all of those cooperative components assembled vibrationally. And now they will begin to flow into your experience. We want you to salivate at the idea of molding that clay. That's the clay we want you to think of molding just for a while. Hold off in going to the nursery and getting the flowers. Hold off in doing the action things. Hold off just a little bit and try to achieve more satisfaction in molding the vibrational clay. When you wake up, if you're ornery, go back to bed, really. Meditate if you can. Quiet your mind. Do something that pleases you. Do anything you can, any moment that you can. When you realize that you've got some negative emotion going on, do anything and everything you can to soothe it. Give your undivided attention to your grid, to what you've got going on vibrationally, and begin to watch what happens. As you begin to move through your day, seas will part. Now, most of you are not trying to move out into the ocean, and so maybe that's not the best analogy. But obstacles will get out of your way. Traffic will be friendlier to you. The people that are helping you will be more helpful to you. You'll find fewer and fewer resistant and ornery people in your way, sort of in the way and presenting themselves in a way to give you that knee-jerk reaction. And as you begin to notice how your life begins to flesh out with all of these things that feel better and better and better to you, and it's going to happen to you because you couldn't have listened as attentively as you have for these minutes that we've been talking without changing your vibration. So for sure, you're going to see some of these things happening in the days and hours that are following. But as those things begin to flesh out, as you stop and acknowledge, this is as a direct result of the improvement in my vibration. In other words, this is me molding the clay. This is me doing the creative work. This is me being the deliberate creator of my own reality. This is me deliberately affecting the vibration of my grid. This is me deliberately offering thoughts that make me feel a certain way. This is me catching myself in the middle of a thought that does not serve me. This is me. This is me. This is me molding the clay. This is me at the center of my universe. This is me at the center of a cooperative universe. This is me watching all things around me, feeling in around me. This is me, the center of the universe. This is me dictating to all moving forces and all things that exist. This is me saying, this is what I prefer, and this is who I am, and this is what I get. This is me in my worthiest state of being. This is me allowing the blessedness that is me to exhibit it in manifested form. This is me on my way to more and more manifestations, but this is me getting to take credit for the smoothing of the traffic. This is me getting to take credit for the high-flying feeling that I have. This is me. This is me, the creator of my own reality, molding the clay. That's the way you're supposed to feel. That's what you came to experience. Not one of you said, I'll go forth and suffer myself into advantage. Not one of you said, I'll go forth and teach others a lesson. I'll make them understand how really bad they are. I'll make them get off the barn. I'll do it. I'll make them get off the barn, and I'll make them get off the barn. And I'll make rules that never allow them to get on the barn again. I'll make movies. I'll make movies to show how dangerous barns are. And I'll get them in every classroom in the nation, in the world. I want all children to know how dangerous barns are. I do. We want you to know that if you could stand in your now and get out ahead of the manifestation by anticipating it rather than by noticing that it hasn't come yet, if you could make that one slight, very soft, it'll take a little practice, adjustment to the way you are looking at life, not only will so many of the things that you've been waiting for manifest for you, but every moment of your day will be one of those joyful moments where you are anticipating the unfolding, where you are in on, where you're in on it, where you are in on it. We watch you in your creative endeavors, and we know how much fun it is for you in your action. It's really satisfying for you to have an idea about something and then have a hand in watching it come, or have a hand in making it come into reality. You want your yard to be beautiful? and there's a satisfaction in getting the equipment and grooming your yard. You want beautiful flowers surrounding your front porch. There's a satisfaction in picking them out and bringing them in and preparing the soil and putting them there and watering them and nurturing them. It's fun to have that hand in that. You want to write a book. It's fun to take notes of ideas that are coming and comments that are coming from others. It's fun to write it down. It's fun to sit before your contraptions and write upon the page. It's fun to do that. It's all kinds of fun to do that, to have those hands-on experiences in your creative experience. But there's a whole creative experience that most of our physical friends are missing altogether. And it's the molding of the clay that goes like this. I'm standing in a place without something I want. And the more I miss it, the more I want it. And in my desire, I'm shooting off rockets of desire that have already become it as fast as the rocket goes. Source, unbeknownst to me, because I'm a mortal, I'm a human who has not been paying attention to vibration. I've just been doing what people tell me to do for a really long time. And I care about being appreciated, and so I try hard to please them all, but there are a lot of them, and they're finicky and fickle. And so I launch a lot more rockets of desire than I actually manifest, but it's sort of the way it is, and it's sort of the way it is for everybody around me, so it's not too bad. I'm doing all right. So I've launched this rocket of desire. I've launched this powerful rocket of desire, and I'm not a vibrational match to it whatsoever, because I'm more aware of where I stand in relationship to it, and what I want isn't. So I've joined a blog. I talk about, I have my own blog. I talk about it. More and more people are joining it and reading about it, and a lot of people that agree with me because they don't have what I want either. And the more we talk, the more we launch these rockets, and the more the vortex fills in, the faster the energy moves, the more powerful it is calling me, and the more powerfully it calls me, the worse I feel when I don't go. So I complain more and more and more and more and more because what I want has not yet come. Now we want to help you to understand that that's sort of the basis of the launching of all rockets of desires. But the true creative fun is to recognize that I'm not a match to what I want, not now while I feel negative emotion. And the reason that I know that I'm not a match to what I want is because I'm feeling negative emotion. My negative emotion is telling me that there is a vibration that I'm not up to speed with. That's what the negative emotion is about. So now I start molding the clay. I recognize my negative emotion means I'm not in the vibrational vicinity of what I want. So even though it is already actualized vibrationally, I'm not in a position to see it because I'm not tuned into the frequency. It can't be a revelation to me yet because I'm off the vibrational beam of it. Now we know you don't want to talk about revelation and you don't want to talk about manifestation in that sense, but you gotta, because that's the way it is. So we've been talking to you. Have you been listening to us for a while? We've been talking to you for a few years now about this vortex that is a vibrational version of everything that you have become and everything that you want. And recently, we've been talking to you about your point of attraction, because your point of attraction, what's going on with you as this person who is standing here thinking these thoughts and having this experience, your point of attraction, we are affectionately calling your grid. It's sort of like the framework of the building that is put into place with the foundation and the studs and maybe a little bit of the roof. Long before it fills in with all of the details that are pleasing you, there is a vibrational version that is you. So you're standing, wherever you're standing, doing whatever you're doing, with whoever it is you're doing it with, thinking whatever thoughts you're thinking about the past or the present or the future. And as you are doing that, you are offering a vibration that we are forevermore going to call your grid. It's your point of attraction. This is what I got going on right now. So the question is, what I got going on right now, is it a match to what's in my vortex? If it is, I'm flying high and feeling good. Or is it a mismatch? I'm feeling ornery, overwhelmed, even depressed about it. Your emotions are letting you know how well you, as you stand here creating this point of attraction, what are you doing about it? Are you a match to what you want? Are you on your journey to where you want to be? Or are you stalled out because you've got resistant thoughts that have got you in a tug of war that is preventing you from having what you want, you see? Everything is a vibration first. And what you do is you tune your frequency so you are the interpreter of the vibration. So there is this vortex of creation of all kinds of things that I want. And this one particular one that I'm focused in opposition to right now is giving me grief because I'm feeling a lot of negative emotion over I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it hasn't been coming. They've got it. They've got it. They've got it. Hate them, hate them, hate them. I want it, but it's not coming. But now I'm going to start molding the clay because I understand now how this creative universe is working. And so I know that this negative emotion is my indicator that I'm not in the vibrational vicinity of this thing that I want. So I'm going to try to find thoughts that soothe my vibration. I'm looking for thoughts that give me relief. But the more I think about the specifics about what I want, the more I notice that what I want isn't. So I have to get general about it. I have to say things to myself like, this too is on its way to me. Or this thing that I do not want is passing. Or things are working out for me. Or that there are some things that are going to come into place before I actually see it. Or those others that have had the excitement of the manifestation of that were at one time very likely right where I'm standing. This is the process. So I soothe myself in my physical format. I soothe myself and I feel better about it. And in that moment, I raised my vibration deliberately. And because I raised my vibration deliberately, I have a new set point, which means I have a new vibrational relationship to what's in my vortex, which means now a different set of circumstances are going to reveal themselves to me because I've shifted my vibration in relationship to what I want. You see how it works? So you can tell by the way you feel. So here you are. You're human in your magnificent physical experience. And you now know that you live in a vibrational universe and that you are a vibrational emanator. And that you have already sent off these rockets of desires. And there's a larger part of you that is already experiencing the abundance and the love and the satisfaction and the creativity and the zest for life, the passion, the exhilaration that you want. That part of you exists. And so now you have decided consciously that you're going to do your best as best you can. No perfect records are ever required. To create a grid that allows more and more, hear this, of what's in the vortex to flow to you. So just like it was really fun when you were looking into your yard and thinking about what you wanted, and you drove down the street and you saw your neighbor's yard, and it inspired you to want to do something more, that was the grid filling in. And just like you saw it and then you felt inspired one Saturday morning to get up and drag somebody who didn't want to go with you over to gather up the things, and you took them back. You made a few trips because the more you looked, the more you found, the more you found, the more you wanted. And you brought all that home, and then you spent the afternoon planting it and the satisfaction that you felt. So that was grid filling in, grid filling in, grid filling in. But you had your hands already in it. In other words, that was grid filling in, and you in many ways sort of filling it in. It's easy to take action to fill that grid in. But you've gotten carried away in believing that it is the action that fills it in. And we want to help you to understand that it is not the action that is filling your grid in. It's the mindset. It's the attitude. It's the mood. It's the way you feel. It's what you've been doing with your thoughts. You've launched these rockets, and there is a vibrational version of the dollars you want, of the financial well-being you want, of the physical wellness that you want, of the clarity you want, of the loving relationships that you want. You've launched these rockets about your empires and about your work, about the things that ring your bells. You've launched these rockets, and there is a vibrational version that exists, that is a reality, that the source within you is focused upon consistently and constantly, that if you will feel for the frequency of it, you will have joy in the moment. It will be as if it is manifested, because in a sense, you will have achieved vibrational alignment with it. And then what happens? It begins to transform itself right before your eyes into a reality that is tangible. But you got to be able to feel it and be happy about feeling it even before you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. That really is what this gathering is here to help you to remember. We call it the art of allowing. And what it really means is bringing yourself deliberately to a place of allowing the frequency of who you really are in order to allow that frequency, those ideas, those experiences, those relationships, those moments in time, those rendezvous, those experiences to move from a vibrational reality into a manifested reality where you feel them out, where they flesh themselves out right before you.